So this I noticed when looking at the last two videos, I didn't really include many bug type Pokemon. Maybe like one, if memory serves right. So I figured, hey, let's talk more about bugs. So most of my knowledge of consuming insects comes from The Lion King and those twins from Rugrats, Tate and Liza, I think. I guess they were trying to overcome their weakness to bug types because they're psychic children. So, let's do a little bit of ranking. So, this is different, so this is going to be more on the fly, figuring it out than the more structures. So, yeah, Caterpie, I guess it's kind of grubby. Like, what Lion King taught is that the grubs are the good ones, so give it a solid A. Now, Metapod is probably like an awful Caterpie Butterfree soup, so that's gonna be, that's a D. But Butterfree, I've never heard of anyone eating butterflies. There's not much to eat, so that's a solid E. Beetle is actually poisonous, and Kakuna might be less venomous, you know what I mean. Kakuna, Matata, it's gonna be an E. Now, Beedrill, eating a bee just sounds awful, and it's even worse here. Now, Paris and Parasect. Huh. So, assuming the mushrooms are alright, because I mean, like, people collect the mushrooms in the universe, there's the risk that of zombification. I'm gonna put them in the middle of the road. And then that is all fuzzy and uncomfortable. Venomoth is a moth, so a little less uncomfortable, but still uncomfortable. Scyther is a weird one. It has like the outer carapace. I mean, all insects do, but I don't know, it stands too like man-like. It's definitely more than these three though. Probably the bottom of C so far. Pinsir, the potato. It's top E. It'd be like strangely crunchy, but it looks like it has more meat than the others. Mega Pinsir is less. Ladybug would probably be unoffensive. Like you wouldn't even notice you ate it. So that's better than bad. That's better than the risk that C is. Lady Yin, I guess I should say the scale of this. S is still worse than anything in the other two videos. So this is just in terms of the bugs. This is like right above here is like the worst of the things I'd almost eat. So Ladian, well, maybe S is on par with something, but Ladian more noticeable. I mean, I am scaling them to real bugs, even though they're a lot bigger. It's gonna be bottom there. These are spiders. Oh. Yan Mega. Yeah. You know? Butterfree can go up. Sure. Pineco, I know it's supposed to be a bagworm, but it's pinecone enough that I feel like it would be not that much. Fortress is made out of steel. Wait, I picked up Ninjask. Okay, Ninjask is like, it's kind of concerning, but not as much. I'm gonna put it right there. Fortress, the eyes concern me. It's a steel type. It's gonna be here. Skizzer is also steel, and it would kill me. So. Same thing with Mega. Chuckle collects the juices and stuff and makes the juice. I think under the shell, Shuckle will be very sweet. A. Now, Heracross, this thing is mighty. I think Heracross, if you were to crack one open, would have red meat, and would actually be fairly good. Now, Mega Heracross, the meat would become too rough, so it's going to be a bit lower. Wurmpearl is a similar... Well, Wurmpearl I think is a bit poisonous, right? Venomous. Check. Check Wurmpearl. It's just a bug type, so yeah, it can be there. Ooh, these guys being all silky is a big no-no. This is going to be a very bottom-heavy list. Beautyfly is about the same as Butterfree. I didn't mean to put Dustox, I meant to put Cascoon with Silcoon. Dustox would also probably be problematic. Surskit would kind of just be nothing, but probably a bit more off because of the spindly legs, a bit worse than Ladybug. And these, so there. Masquerain is basically eating paper, which I guess I don't mind that much, so like Nincada gets in the dirt, so it's hard to say. I'm gonna put it above these ones. I'm gonna put it like right above it. Shedinja is just the shell, so that's kind of yeah, gross. Like, I guess the ghost is the Pokemon, but even then, it's gonna... I don't know, like, it might be unoffensive, but it might also be a bit gross, so I wanna... There we go. Okay, Volbeat. How do Fireflies taste? I'm gonna use some... Firefly twinkles are a sweet reminder that they taste like trash. Okay, they taste awful. So, then like, bottom of the Illumise is part of Anorith is weird, and Armaldo because they're rock types, but I don't know how much the rock type is actually part of their biology because it's just kind of what they give all the fossils. So, depends on how rocky they are, because if they're just like seafood, then I can put them at like the top of B. So I think I'll balance it out, because if they were like really crabby, then they would easily be A or S. So I'll balance it out with the wrist. Wrist and put them in B. Crickets. I'm going to start actually looking up what people think of these insects. My internet history is going to be really... They have a... Oh, actually, people eat a lot of crickets. That's a thing. That's a thing that people do. I'm going to put them in A tier. Cricketod and Cricketoon. So the Burmese, I'm actually going to do differently. This one is A, but the other two are E and F. Because this one has sand, and this one is literally covered in garbage. Well, these ones are just leaves, with a little bit of fun meat in them. Mothim is going to go about where the other moths and butterflies go. Combi is S tier. It's like the only one that I remember putting in another video from here. Actually, why is Fungus and Amoongus here? That's weird. This is just a list I found off the internet. Those aren't bugs. Well... Actually, add row above, make it a nice color. Oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. I have messed everything up. X. This. Not bugs. I mean, since its name is Amoongus, I kind of want to make a sus joke about it being there, but I would hate that, and it's kind of bad that I brought it up at all. Vespiquen, like, the honeycomb is like empty, so you're just kind of eating a bee. And I don't know, I can vibe with that more than Beedrill, because like Vespiquen doesn't really have much of a stinker. So I'll put you around here. Like a little better than Shedinja, so just barely see. This is interesting. I know a lot of people who like have eaten scorpions. Like you go to like a cave that has a gift shop, and they have a lollipop with a scorpion in it. I'm not kidding. This is an actual thing that has happened. I've been to. And someone that I knew, I forget who exactly, but somebody got a scorpion lollipop, so it must not be awful, but also Skorupi is poisonous, venomous. So there. Yanmega is like a meteor Yanma. So where'd I put you? Swaddle probably wouldn't actually be that bad. It's probably bottom of A. Same thing with you. Lavani's a bit worse because there's not much to eat. These three I would die if I ate, so they get the top of F tier. I can't move Dustox because I'm just gonna play them where they land. Dwebble and Crustle, you obviously would not eat the rock. And I tried. How do hermit crabs taste? If they were poisonous, then we would know. Then it would be well known. If they were tasty, it would also be well known. I mean, I guess. One person says. There's an e-how on how to cook hermit crabs. It may not be worth the shelling to eat. That is correct. There's a few recipes and stuff. So, let me go to this e-how. Let's take a look. 12 live hermit crabs. Garlic. Okay. Crabs are used as novelty pests, but tropical reasons. Hermit crabs. Oh, because they get larger because they eat coconut. No, I thought coconut crabs. I know about coconut crabs. They don't have much meat, so it might not be worth the shelling. But how do they taste? Unknown. Okay. Do hermit crabs taste like crabs? They haven't tasted similar crabs, so they're S tier, boys. They probably have more meat than actual hermit crabs, so there we go. Carablast is just kind of a thing. Just kind of exists. Escavalier is just it, but you have to. I don't want to get out of here. Escavalier is just kind of with the shell, so it's a bit harder to get to. Voltic is an electric spider, and I would feel guilty for hurting it, and I would feel pain for eating this. Shelmet, I don't know. What is Shelmet described as? Because it's like a scallop. What kind of bug is it? The snail Pokemon. Ooh. Okay. Pokédex. Pokédex entries. It can spit as poisonous liquid. Ooh, that might knock it down a bit. So it is like snailish, but a bit of poison. But I guess all Pokemon learn toxic, so if prepared right, it's high A. And this is it, but like messed up. Let me see what it says about our good old friend here. What does it say about Estelagor? Shell out. So I guess it's just a shellless shellnet. No. Feel a little more awkward. I'll put it at the. I'll sandwich A with them. Durant is made out of metal, and I don't know if I don't think the inside is worth getting to it unless you're a heat. It's a little worse than sand. Larvesta. Well, if we're going off of the grub logic, it's gonna go. It still has the fuzz though. It still has the fuzz, so it's. But I'd say it's better than that. I mean, you can maybe remove the fuzz, so put it above the butterflies. Now you would be considered. I guess you don't have to eat the wings. So maybe above, but maybe under. If our rules are that you have to eat the whole thing, but I don't think that's the rules, considering the crabs. So, Volcarona would be a bit spicy. Put it top of D. Genesect is like a robot bug, so that's eatable. Tab here. You could see, you were able to see all of the things that I do as a student, and someone who's often bored. So, Scatterbug. Yeah, Scatterbug, that's the thing, it has all of like the weird dust stuff. So it's gonna be like, it still has like the qualities. Put it like, just a bit more uncomfortable. These three, my ranking makes no sense, by the way. I'm just kind of throwing them on. Grubbin is a grub, so I'll give it some credit, and I'll put it here. Caterpie is probably a bit too high. Honestly, I think I'm going to move it down to here. Charge-a-bug. Kind of has the same problem as the other does. Shells. So maybe it's a bit juicy, so I'll put it in a good way. It could be juicy in an awful way. Vikavolt. Beetles. I mean, people eat them, so I'll put it there. Now, Cutiefly and Ribombee, I would just feel like an absolute monster. Duopiter and Araquanid are probably like the best ones. In terms of spiders, the best spiders. So I guess that puts them above these freaks of nature. Let's see. Wimpod and Lysiopod. How do isopods taste? They taste like shrimp and crab. Ooh, we got some S-boys. We got some S-boys. Now, Buzzwole is like a mosquito, and that just does not vibe with me. So, you're here. You have no meat, so you're kind of like on a similar level to Shedinja. Snom, I would feel bad about eating. I'm gonna put an extra Wurmple, because I would also feel bad about Wurmple. Frostmoth is gonna go with the other winged things. It's gonna go be the top moth. Beautyfly is not a moth, but that's weird. Okay. And let me see. Orbeetle. Its babies. So these are, I guess, just standard like little worms. You can Is it is it psychic yet? It is just a bug. You can go right around. It's just a little. It's gonna go here. Be as unpleasant as all the other bugs, but hey, it exists. Dottler, at this point, it's a bit more immediate. It's not as awful as like the other shelled ones, because like, I don't know, I feel like it's more its own thing. It's like just a smaller ladybug. So I'll put it with Ladybug. So now both orbitals, I'm gonna put around here in F, because the thing is, orbital would probably like take over my mind even more than like a Paras, and that would just not be a good time. So Sizzlepede and Centiskorch. See, people eat centipedes, so I can probably find a taste. Tastes like shrimp or fish with a jerky texture. I'm not much of a jerky guy, so these are gonna be like upper C's. This one is too much meat, so it's gonna be at the bottom. That's way too much meat. G-Max Butterfree. It's the final one, appropriate since Caterpie was the first. Just really big, really unpleasant, but it would make me stronger if I ate it. I guess you could say the same thing for the G-Max Centiskorch. But that one's too spicy, even though I like spicy food. It's gonna go like next to Masquerain. So yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever done, so that's pretty fun. I learned a bit about things that I usually wouldn't eat. I mean, I guess at least like S tier has to be better than horse, and I've eaten that not knowing that it was horse that was given to me. So, yeah. See you next week for the final video for now.